In this video, we'll be discussing to you guys about the major storm system that's impacting the entire United States, with some heavy snowfall out west and some severe weather in the central region. Welcome everybody, my name is Shubham, and today we'll be taking you guys a look at the west of the United States as we'll talk about the major storm system that's forecast to impact the United States, which we posted a video a couple days ago. So second time recording, so hopefully this one works out. And then we'll be talking to you guys first about the snowstorm that's forecasted to hit the west. Mostly for the mountains. As you can see here, we're here at the National Weather Service. And there's a bunch of winter storm warnings for Montana, Idaho, and parts of Wyoming. Winter storm warning for most for central regions, including near Salt Lake City, Utah, where they might get some heavy snowfall as well. And then there's also winter storm watch that will be forecast to be upgraded for the western part of Colorado in the Rocky Mountains. So pretty much anywhere in the Rocky Mountains and in the Tetons, you're gonna get some heavy snowfall. First accumulating snowfall, major snowstorm of the year, where people could be seeing over a foot of snow, like Salt Lake City. So we're here looking at different models. We'll start with the icon model to begin with. Time is up in front. We're going to look at the GFS, the icon, the Canadian. Actually, let's start with the GFS first. As we're going to be looking at the 12Z front here at Tropical Tidbits. So as you can see, it's going to be impacting the northwest tonight. And by starting from tonight into tomorrow, all day Saturday and Sunday, this is the weekend event. You're going to see the snowstorm will be developing. It's going to cause a lot of problems out here, maybe even some blizzard conditions, but mostly heavy snow with a lot of winds. Here in the central part of Utah, expecting some lot of snowfall, and even in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. And then this will move its way into the north and east and move its way into the Midwest, which will produce some potential severe weather this weekend into Monday as well, and maybe even some snow downs into New Mexico overnight. Before it moves its way out by Tuesday, it'll be gone. So how much snowfall are you expect for the entire west coast? Here is the snowfall forecast. You can see mostly 3 to 6, depending on the elevation. You might get up to a foot of snow. A foot of snow is pretty common for most of Utah and Colorado. The reason why you're going to get a lot of snow, I'll show you guys really quickly what the models are hinting at for Colorado. When the storm system is right here, you're going to get a lot of upsloping events with the wind that's get some southerly breeze, warm moist air that's going to come over the mountains, which will dump a lot of snow in Colorado. This is a very common event that will occur in the springtime. Why Colorado gets most of the snow in the springtime is because you're expecting upwelling of that, where you're going to get warm air over the cold mountains, which will squeeze in extra snow, which is why Colorado is expecting a lot more snow in this storm system. So we'll quickly show you guys how much snowfall once again. Here we go, using a 10-to-1, and you can see a lot of snowfall out west, common for Utah, Colorado, as well as Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, and then maybe even a dusting of snow, maybe up to 3 inches of snow in North Dakota, and might get some snow 3 to 6 for the prairies up in Montana. Now let's take a look at another model, which will be the Canadian model. So we're looking at the Canadian model again. Timing is here because it's already here, so it's going to be impacted. This one's a little bit more south. We get some rainfall and some snow for the Sierra Nevada. Much of Nevada getting some rain. It will start as rain. This model is showing that since the low pressure is a little bit more north, it's going to be more warm event. So you're going to start off rain in Utah before you hit into it with the cold. As the cold front passes, you're going to get the heavy snow, which will forecast to be there for a long time for Utah. Same thing for Colorado. Start out as rain, but as the cold front passes, you get some heavy snowfall. A lot of winds, as the isobars, you can tell, it's very tightly packed. Strong low pressure at 983, and it's going to be there, sit there, and dump a lot of snow, especially for Montana and Wyoming. This one's a little bit less because more quicker more to the north, and it's not getting too much of the uh, upwelling effect according to the Canadian model for Colorado. But it's very similar. Track is pretty much identical to it. And how much snowfall are you guys expecting? A lot less for Colorado and Utah. Actually, no, Utah is expecting a lot. Let's zoom in into the southwest very quickly. About a foot of snow for is expecting. I think 6 to 10 inches of snow for Salt Lake City. And anything west of Denver, you'll probably see about 4 to 6 inches, maybe 6 to 10, depending on if you get the upwelling effect. Some heavy snowfall for Montana and Wyoming will move up to the northwest, and pretty much entire state of Montana will get some snow. Most of Wyoming will get some snow, maybe an inch of snow near Cheyenne, but Yellowstone will get some snow, and you might get some snow in the Cascades and the Sierra Nevada, some snowfall as well. And we'll look at the icon model real quick, and then we'll take a look at the severe weather that's forecasted to impact the middle of the country as well. So we're here using icon model, same path. I mean, it's the path won't be different because it's pretty much here, but this one's also starting as rain for Utah and Colorado before you get hit by some snow. But this one's a little similar to the Canadian model, but it still shows some upwelling effect taking place in Colorado, but a lot more snow for Montana and Wyoming, especially eastern Montana. And this one shows a lot of wind. It's going to be a very windy. You might get some blizzard conditions for some time, but a lot of wind by the storm. So step out ahead of it. You can see the isobars streaming, and this will probably be 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts. But look at this behind it in Wyoming, in Montana, northern Wyoming, and western North Dakota. It's going to drag in cold Arctic air, and you might get some blizzard condition from the entire most of North Dakota before it moves out of here. So how much snowfall is expecting? This will be a little less because true, it's not 10 to 1. I think it's going to be more than this. Pretty much you can double this, I think, because it'll be heavy wet snow, especially at the beginning, because once it get the rain turning into snow, that's going to be above freezing temperature for most of the event. So probably expecting nice solid 6 to 10, 6 to 10, pretty much the entire for the entire Rockies and for Utah, and then maybe might get 2 to 4, maybe 4 to 6, depending on how much snow you get on the wraparound from North Dakota and eastern Montana. So we'll be now talking to you guys about the severe weather that's forecast to be in the in the central region. So we're here on the Storm Prediction Center. Currently, this is for day 3. So I think this is for Sunday. And I think Sunday and Monday you might get some severe weather. Pretty much the entire state of Iowa will get hit by some thunderstorms, but currently we got some marginal risk which could be upgraded into a slight risk. If the slight risk will be upgraded, it will be mostly for the southern half of this marginal risk, but includes cities like Des Moines, Kansas City, Lincoln, Minneapolis. I don't know how much north this would be, but I think it will be more south, and mostly southwest Iowa and eastern Nebraska will get hit, in my opinion. But regions to worry about: Lincoln, Omaha, Kansas City, Des Moines, just on the edge. Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Minneapolis as well. Maybe as far north as St. Cloud, Minnesota. So here are the tropical tidbits. We'll be looking at the forecast for it, but I think day 4 might be more of a risk, but we have to wait and see. Since we're so far out and the models have been flip-flopping, some models on showing intense storms, some models on showing hardly anything. The recent trends have been a little bit downtrending it, but it could really ramp up tomorrow morning. But if there'll be any storms to develop, it'll be in this region right here as the cold front moves by. You see some storms that could develop in northern Iowa before it makes its way east, but I don't know if that's the main thing, because this model run shows a lot more storms developing Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and this could produce some strong gusty winds, if not just heavy rainfall as it moves its way to the east. And that's one model one. right there before we get some cold. Then the cold air comes back. We'll look quickly at the NAM 12 kilometer as well. This is mostly for Sunday. There will be storms because you're gonna have 80-degree temperatures mixing in with a below freezing behind it, and when you get something like this clash of season, you'll get some storms that could develop into Monday morning. This one doesn't show much, shows maybe a line of storms that might develop over here, but it looks like it's gonna be very isolated, pretty weak. But if anything can develop, it could rotate because it's gonna be a lot of shear forecast, like 50 to 60 knot shear coming from the southwest. But this one looks more of a Monday night into Tuesday. This could be some storms here. Tuesday, Monday night, this is around 7 p.m. in central Iowa, and it makes its way to the east. But we just gotta wait and see. We can pinpoint the severe weather risk and how bad the severe weather, we can just forecast and look at the trends. So guys, thanks for watching on this YouTube video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for all the support. We're seeing a nice growth, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys for another video. Enjoy the rest of the day, everybody.